Statesboro, Georgia. And they're doing some phenomenal things. They came to me one day and they explained some of the things that they were doing. And I was so excited to hear about the results and how they're staying consistent with it, because the method that they're using, when done consistently, has yielded them results. And so I'm just so incredibly proud to have this couple on our team, for one, and for two, I just love, learning and hearing from them about everything that's working for them. So I am going to minimize out, and I want you to give a warm Valentis Dream Builders welcome to Matthew and Melissa Farrell. Take it away, guys. This is your social to local explosion. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jordan, for this opportunity. First, we wanted to tell everyone about the Facebook groups. We kind of discussed it a little bit last week. I know we had a few issues with the screen going in and out. I'm going to do a screen share here and go over to my Facebook. You want to go into to look for sale groups, and for advertisement groups. Our local groups have like Statesboro for sale advertisements, deals, or even Bullitt County yard sale online. You want to look for those kind of groups. I'm going to pull one up here in just a second so you can see it. And you're going to go in and you're going to share a picture. Jordan posted a lot of pictures on the Valentis Dream Builders Facebook page that you can share. We have a couple that we like to share also. I shared one on the page last week. You want to also look for maybe even some job groups. We have another one that that Matt's been sharing that are job group ones. And give me just a second here. I get a little turned around when I get on the Facebook on the computer. I'm used to being on it on my cell phone. Here we go. So you want to go, say I have the Reedsville online yard sale. And you're going to want to share it as a discussion, not as a sell something, because when you put a sell something in, you're going to want to put a price in. And that kind of discourages people sometimes when they, see a price to begin with. Let me see if it's, here we go, for the photos. You click on add photos or video to your post, and you find the photo that you're going to use. I think that I can drag and drop in there. Let me take a look and see if I can do that. I have it saved in my computer here. So I drop my picture in. And then you're going to say something about your photo. PM me for details. And then you just click post. And then people are going to come back. Let me stop sharing screen here for a second. People are going to come back on and they're going to comment, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to lose 20 pounds, or even I want to lose 90 pounds. That's my goal personally, 90 pounds. I've already lost 20 of that. I need to lose another 70. And I'll even tell people that, I've already lost 20 pounds. My goal is, 90 total. I want to get down to 145. I was 235 when I started. And let me see if my screen's not coming back up. Here we go. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. We're back up. Sorry about that. Okay, so you want to post that into a group as a discussion, and you want to just tell people, when they come on, they're like, I want to lose 50 pounds. And so you go and you PM them and say, you want to lose 50 pounds, we have a way that you can lose 12 pounds and 12 inches in 24 days. And sometimes it takes a little detox. Sometimes it might take you a little longer. Each person is different. But lose that weight. So we have something for you that you can lose weight on. We have a weight loss coffee. We have a trim. We also have other products such as Energy and Immune Boost. And we send them to the measuretheresults.com for them to take a look at people's testimonials.
Take the tool.
and get them to go ahead and take the tour. And we offer them free samples. We usually send out a slim with our business card in a little package. We'll go meet up with these people individually and kind of we met with a lady last night, just interested in losing weight in the business. She wants to become an independent rep, and she's already researched some other companies, and we went through it with her last night. And we sat there with her in front of her computer and made sure she could get back into her back office. We had a few issues, so thank goodness we have great uplines like Jordan and Dave that we can call, if we have any issues, and we can kind of walk through it even with the person there. Remember that your biggest helpers. You can call them three-way. You can call them before, after. These are the people that are here to help you. Jordan's here to help you. Any of your uplines, I'm sure there's other ones. We don't personally have Dave Jordan's number, but I know that if there was any issues, we do have uplines that can get to them. Go to your diamond leaders. Go to your emeralds because they can get to your diamonds even if you don't know their phone numbers. Like Jordan said, you want to use those Facebook groups. You can find pictures on the Facebook groups and different things people allow you to share. Testimonials. You'll see testimonials on, Best Weight Loss Coffee group that you can pull pictures and testimonials off of and share that to Facebook. We've had other people that's had results showing pictures of themselves holding, our products up in front of them and just telling their own testimonial. So,
and I think one of the keys is consistency. We'll try to post consistently, and then after a few weeks then we may do Statesboro for a couple of weeks, and then we may move to Reidsville, which is 40 miles from here, and just kind of circulate. But the key is consistently. The lady that we met with last night, she said, I've been watching you. So, somebody sees your post pop up today and then it's never see it again for a month or 6 weeks. They think, oh, that was a fly-by-night. We're not a fly-by-night company. We've got an awesome product. So consistency is definitely the key. You may post something, and then all of a sudden we had one post just a few weeks ago that we got like 100 comments off of it. We passed out almost 2 boxes of samples. It's really important because these people are watching us to see if we're going to be here consistently, if it's legitimate. There's everything possible online nowadays. They want to see if we're going to be here to stay. And I think that's important. And can you show them the other type of groups that we look at sometimes? I go into, we're about 40, 50 miles from Savannah. I'll go into, they have a place like Savannah Job Seekers or Charleston, South Carolina Job Hunters. And I'll go in, and there's several pictures that I like to use. If she can screen share, I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones. And I'll go in and comment this, I'll pick to do that. But, I'll post a picture and just great for something essential, great for moms who want to create extra income but don't want the babysitter raising their children. That kind of catches their attention because there's a lot of moms that are like, man, we need extra money in the house, but they don't want the babysitter raising their kid, And this is a great opportunity to, even though sometimes it's a juggling act, but you can create extra income and still take care of your kids and be with them 24 hours a day. So I'll post that in these kind of groups. Hopefully she can show that picture right there. I'll post that. And again, the same, say, comment below you can put your link in it, which is fine. But I've learned that sometimes she's not going to be able to screen share that picture, but there it is there. Okay.
I'm looking for 5 people who are not happy where they are financially and want to change it.
I have had some pretty good success with that at one of our local groups here. But anyway,
when they turn screen sharing on it,
shares.
But they're back in now. Okay, you guys are back.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. When you screen share, it pops you out and then pops you back in again. I was just letting everybody know you didn't disappear.
Oh, okay. So anyway, but like I say, I'll just share that the same way she did with the other one. And I'll say comment below for information. If you put your link in there, I've heard that sometimes Facebook slows your exposure down if there's a link in it sometimes. So I don't, when they comment, I'll send them a personal message and get them to take the tour. That way I don't have to depend on them to call me, because this is on our business, is on our mind 24 hours a day. This is our life. Other people, they have a life. They're busy and all, and they may have the best of intentions of getting back with you, but they forget about it. So by getting them to pre-enroll, I've got their number, their email, or their Skype, and I can get in touch with them. But the same scenario though, people will call me back and I'll be like, and we have a link set up through GoDaddy. And if you'll go through the Dream Builders website, our training site, that's one of the first things you need to do is set your own, get you a personal domain. And I'll send them to my personal domain, and just have them go ahead and take the, once they're pre-enrolled, of course, that we'll get an email. You're in your contact manager and you can just take it from there. But it's just a great way, thinking outside the box. Had dinner with one of our independent reps here in Statesboro, and told him there's not a one way to do it. Use a little of this, a little of that. And we just wanted to share this because it's exciting. We struck a gold mine just thinking outside the box.
Also, I wanted to share with y'all, whenever we do those posts, so many people, and Jordan shared last week that if you go into your contact manager, you can write notes under each person. Say one person tells you that they want to lose weight. Their why is because they're tired of being depressed and sitting around the house and bored, and they want something to do. Put that in there. You can go back to them and say, hey, how are you doing? It gives you something to go back and talk to them about when you call them. Every relationship with your customers, build a relationship with your independent reps. These people are going to be your family. You're going to spend a lot of time with them. You're going to spend a lot of time helping them. This is about relationship building, even more so than losing weight. It's about building relationships with other people. When we post those things, I also had to create an Excel spreadsheet because for myself, because I have a list of people that I've given out samples to, and I couldn't remember when I was supposed to meet with some of these people. It was hard to go through each one of my Facebook messengers and text messages. So I went through and I created a sheet that I could go in and I could write it in. I'm supposed to meet at this time. And then I go back and write the date I gave them the sample and what sample I gave them, so that I can go back and I can follow up with them. And I put their phone number, or I put that I met them on Facebook, so I can go back and find them to be able to, or talk to them later to find out about how they like their samples. I had one lady, she came to me. She was like, hey, when are you going to get with me about that sample? Because we just didn't have time to get over there with her when we ran out of samples. She had walking pneumonia. So she reminded me that, hey, we haven't got our sample yet. So sometimes you just have to be diligent and remember, don't forget about your people that you've given samples to, because once you've forgotten about them,
you're just giving away. If you're not following up, you're just giving away free stuff. Follow up is super important.
Absolutely.
So that's what we kind of what we're doing around here, and we're learning it as we go. Turn it over to Jordan. That's what we got going on here.
Yeah, I had a question. I'm trying to remember what it was. When I had a question, but I can't remember. You guys shared so much good information there that you blew my mind. Oh, that's what it was. When Melissa, when you're doing the Excel spreadsheet, are you like exporting it from the contact manager? Uh-oh, I think
I'm actually not. I have a hard time I have to go in and delete, and because of information. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There was a little bit of a lag.
Okay, there's so much information on that Excel to export. I've done it a couple of times, but there's some people that manager, that's not on this sheet, because that was before you gave us the advice last week about making sure that you get them to pre-enroll and get their information in the system. Some of the ones on my Excel spreadsheet right now aren't in my contact manager.
Okay.
But I write them down on this sheet, and I have that sheet too, and looking at both of them. But I keep this one by my computer because it's something I can say, hey, I got this person in Hinesville, Georgia that I haven't talked to yet, or that I mailed her a sample. So maybe I need to call her and check up, make sure that she's had a chance to try it. And if she hasn't, why she hasn't tried it yet, or, if she liked it, if she's ready to order. And sometimes whenever you do that, that's when it's good to get your 3-way calls in with your upline. Because sometimes you just kind of run out of words, especially when you're new at it. You learn along the way. We were talking to our downline earlier today, and we were telling them about how, when you first start, it can be really kind of nerve-wracking, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the more you get used to talking to people. So practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was so new to us. We had been toying a little bit with social media here and there. And when Melissa hit a post last week, it just, we didn't have some of the advice that we've got now from upline. And we just, like, all of a sudden you've got 100 people calling you and saying, hey, I want a sample. You're like, oh my God, how do I, you got text going on here, Facebook Messenger going on there. It was crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so
you learn.
Yeah. So really essentially posting those in the groups, and then people are going to comment interested, and then you get back with them and you say, okay, well, first take a tour, or you meet up with them and do a sample. What was the thing that you were doing about the Panera bread? I thought that was freaking genius. What was that?
That's something I want to do again the next couple of weekends. Yeah, I will go in, say, and we personally like to do a little local traveling anyway. We'll take a town like, there's a military base not far from here we've had some good success in. It's called Fort Stewart. It's an Army military base. I'll go to a couple of job sites, looking for employment type sites, and post one of my pictures, say looking for people who want to create extra income, not happy where they are financially, etc. And I'll say, we'll be at Panera Bread on Highway 84 from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock doing open interviews. And we'll go just set up and hang out with a laptop and have lunch, whatever. And, of course, people will comment, and I'll send them messengers. And then just me, and we had a great lunch together, and we did some business because there's always work to do on the computer. And 2 or 3 people walk in, I'll talk to them, go ahead, and if they haven't pre-enrolled, we go ahead and pre-enroll them right there. I've got something on my phone that people can show you how to get that. All I do is click one button on my phone and it goes straight into the tour. So that's why I don't have to depend on them. Oh, go to this link here and sign up. I go right then and go ahead and pre-enroll them, or even with the laptop. We did that last night. We met with them. We said, well, let's just go ahead and get you a free spot in our company right now. And then then I'll show you, the 7 different ways that we make money here. So boom, yeah. I go ahead and get them pre-enrolled right then. It just gives it I think it gives it a professional type. I'll be doing open interviews. Absolutely. From 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's freaking genius. That's genius. I mean, I absolutely love that. So you're going into the job posting sites, and then you're meeting with people at Panera and getting them to pre-enroll. Now I see a couple of questions about offering a week worth of samples for $15. You can do that. I have done them for $20. It's entirely up to you. Like sometimes people, they get started at, let's say, a business builder pack, and they've got so many samples and they're tempted to give away. And sometimes, especially us being so giving, entrepreneurs, have like a generosity, a streak of generosity throughout the, running through their blood. So I just know that to be true because I see it in Dave, I see it in myself, and I see it in so many people in the team and so many people, even when they're first getting started, but it can be really discouraging if you buy a lot of product and then you end up kind of giving a lot of it away. So I have seen people who are, and I have done this myself as well. I have a couple of ladies here locally that they refuse to buy online because they're scared to death of getting their information stolen or something like that. You know, they're just like paranoid, like tinfoil hats on, you know, because they don't even have a PayPal. And I'm like, that blows my mind. I'm like, what? How do you buy anything off of eBay? What do you send them a check? Like, come on. So yeah, doing the $15 or the $20 for a week supply of the coffee is genius because it puts some money back in your pocket because the product does cost. I mean, our product is valuable, and so I never ever give it away for free. I never give it away, without getting something in return. And so when I say free, I don't always mean money. Sometimes just giving someone one sample and saying, hey, I'm going to give you this, but I want you to take a tour here with me. So they're giving you something on the flip side, because what if you just hand somebody a sachet of coffee and give them your phone number or your business card or whatever, and you may never see from them again, but they didn't give you anything. You gave them everything and they gave you nothing in return. You need that phone number and that email address at least so you can plug it into the system yourself or have them take the tour right there on their cell phone. You can just give them your domain. Here, just go to this link on your phone right there. Okay, put your information in. All right, now you've got a free position in the company. And then you can pretty much tell them, look, I just gave you a free position in our company, and I'm giving you a free stick of our coffee, and then I don't really want to give more than just a couple. Like if you use the free sample system that we have, we give a 72-hour supply, so a 3-day supply of the coffee. And usually people can see a little bit of results, or they feel at least a little bit different. It's enough to start that like a habit. It's habit forming because they're already drinking a coffee and they drink it consistently in 3 days, and they're noticing that they're feeling different, that their clothes might be fitting a little bit looser. I met with a girl that she actually works in a diner in this little town where I live, and she's got 3 children and she's trying to quit smoking. And she bumped into me in the grocery store, and I asked her how she was doing, and she's like, honestly, I'm on my third day without smoking, and I think I'm going to lose it, and I want to buy a pack when I get out of this grocery store because these kids are driving me nuts. I said, I'm so proud of you for wanting to do that, and I'll just level with you. I used to do that too, and I quit before I had any children or anything like that. I was a bit of a knucklehead, and I did that too. But the best thing and what's going to give you the longest return in results is changing your habits. Changing your life is all about changing your habits. But you don't have to deprive yourself. See, when people quit smoking, they feel like they're depriving themselves of something that gives them pleasure. And that is a painful experience. You don't have to deprive yourself. Do something different. So I actually gave her, because I've known her so long, and I don't recommend that you just give out your coffee, but I did give her a box of coffee, and I said, just drink one a day. Whenever you feel like smoking, just drink some. I got up with her. It was 4 days afterwards. She said, I swear to you, I believe I'm down like 6 or 9 pounds. She said, I couldn't fit these jeans on last week, and I have them on now. The stuff really works. She said, I'm drinking like 5 cups a day, though. Is that okay? I said, oh my gosh, no. So, only 2 a day, calm down. So, but she's been able to eliminate her smoking just by drinking our coffee. And that's not really something that it does, but it just goes to show you that changing your habit. Dave and I like to go out to eat, But do we stop going out to eat just because we want to work real hard? No, we still go out to eat and we add something. We bring our business cards with us. The person that waits on us, we share the business with them. That then turns that dinner into a tax deduction. All your trips to Panera Bread, your lunch is tax deductible. That was a business lunch. So, it's about just adding things to what you're currently doing. You're on Facebook all day long anyway. You might as well add something or just replace the habit instead of clicking on links and reading everything. When you find yourself clicking on links and reading a bunch of stuff and wasting a bunch of time, instead trade that habit for let's post in as many groups as I can today. Now, you don't want to go overboard and do like 100 groups. You want to do it modestly and consistently. Like Matthew and Melissa, they've been doing things. I mean, how have you guys been doing?
Yeah, you can't post it, but in so many groups per day, because Facebook will block you from posting in groups for like a month. I've had it happen.
So what do you guys
I heard recently on one of the corporate training calls, and I don't remember who it was. On one of the corporate training calls, one of the Blue Diamonds, it might have been Ted Wilson, but I won't promise that. He suggested posting one in the morning and one at night every day of the week, and then maybe something on your personal Facebook page in between. So you don't want to just blow it up, and then the admins in the group, especially the job groups, because, sometimes they frown on network marketing ideas and work from home based businesses. You don't want to bring too much attention and get, on their radar.
Absolutely.
So I think one in the morning and one in the evening, and maybe something in the middle of the normal page.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I don't know how I missed that, but that's really good. Even if you do like I know I pick one day out of the week to schedule my posts. And so I'll pick one day out of the week and I'll just do that. And then every week I do it consistently. So Mondays is my day where I do my Craigslist ad, I do my social media ad posting, I do just pretty much everything post-wise on Mondays. Then Tuesdays, I follow up with people. Wednesdays, we've got a webinar, so I try to bring everybody to that. Actually, Tuesdays, I'm inviting everybody to the webinar, and then Wednesdays, I connect with the team. So having something every day consistently, and in the Valentis Dream Builder site, there's that weekly checklist. But if you can create and customize one for yourself that makes sense, it'll be so helpful to, keep you consistent and keep you doing, because, you wake up Monday, I wake up every Monday morning, I'm like, oh, Craigslist, it's become like a ritual almost. But I had another question for you, Matthew, and I'm just drawing a blank again today. Goodness. Oh, no, the other thing is you do a lot of the it wasn't a question, but it was kind of more like an idea. It's just something to share. It's something that I've used in like local papers, like classified ad posting, is I'll say new company coming to the area, earn $200 to $800 per week. We need help marketing, and then I'll put my link or my phone number, depending on how free I am that week. So that might be something that'll help you in those job posting sites, because it is a new company. It is coming to the area because y'all are bringing it. So I don't know if that would help.
And I've actually kind of used somewhat of that angle. Company that's growing 1,000% in the past year, looking to expand, and if I'm posting, say, in Hinesville, Georgia, looking to expand into South Georgia, we need a few good leaders, or a few good people that are coachable and ready to step into a leadership position.
Mm-hmm.
There, I'm kind of qualifying people there too.
Absolutely.
People who click on that at least have some self-esteem and think, yeah, I could be a leader. Truthfully, I'm not looking for people I got to pull along and beg to order a box every month. I'm looking for leaders. So that's a great angle there. I agree with you.
Awesome. Was there anything more that you can think of that you want to share with these guys today?
I just wanted to mention one more thing. When you were talking about, someone asked about the weekly supply for $15 or 6-day sample for $15. We started out doing that, and then we went up to 20. And I'm going to give part of the reason there's an important point behind 20. If someone, first off, I'm going to take my time and effort to bring you a 6-day sample. Some people we found that didn't want it online. They wanted us to bring it to them every week. Well, at $20 a week, that's $80 a month. So therefore, I've given you motivation to go on and order it for $59.95. If I give it to you for $15 a week, that's the same exact $60 a month. So my customer has no motivation to order it online. Therefore, that's an avenue for me to give them, hey, you're spending $80 a month, and I appreciate the business. You can get on as a preferred customer and get it at my cost at $59 a month. So that's the reason that we chose to go with $20 versus $15.
That, and you've got to pay for your gas to deliver it, and that kind of helps offset the gas price.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Well, any more thoughts or ideas? This has been great. I can't wait to add this into the module.
We're just excited that we have such a good team that comes on and watches the webinars and goes back and views the replays and listens to the calls, go into the valentiscalls.com and listen to the calls. And it's good to know that we've got people that are doing what they're supposed to do. It's going to take a while sometimes to see results, and sometimes you'll see results immediately, just depending on the group of people you're talking to. But the fact that you're training yourself, you're going through and you're watching these videos and you're listening to these calls is important, because you're going to learn things that you don't learn on an everyday basis, especially if you've never been in this kind of business before. I've never done this kind of business before, and listening to these calls helps. My husband listens to them sometimes more than I do, and he gives me the tips. He gives me the highlights. I'm not great at listening to long lectures. I was never good in school at listening to long lectures. So for me, the calls seem to be a little bit long, but he loves to listen to stuff like that, and he gives me the pointers. And if you've got somebody that you're working with, husband and wife team, that's great that you have something that one person might be good at, the other person's not so good at. You fill in for each other. And if you don't have a husband and wife team, you figure out how to make it work for you. And you listen to the calls and you do the training. We have a downline, Jackie Stanford. Mike and Clara Gart, they have listened to the calls and they are doing what they need to do to get on these calls and these videos so that they can learn, because they want this to work for them. They want to build the business so that it can build them and build their life up so that they can have a good residual income.
And it's amazing. I'm glad to see so many people in on this one, but some of our downline was getting absolutely zero results. And as soon as they started plugging in to the conference calls and to the training calls and training webinars, all of a sudden they started seeing results. Like, wow, so it is really important. It makes a difference in your business.
It really does. A lot of people don't realize the attraction, the law of attraction, and a lot that has to do with that. There's a lot of information. If you do any kind of research on the law of attraction, being plugged in and having your mind tuned into what we're doing here and learning and all of that, it causes things in the law of attraction to really attract the right people to you. So there is stuff to that. Personal development, being connected, the spoken word, what you say, what comes out of your mouth is powerful. I mean, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe that, the spoken word from God is what created the world, and we were created in his image, and he has given a lot of his divine power to us as little God beings. He created us in his image, and so we have a lot of his power. So speaking things into existence, just like our Father did, realizing that what we tune our minds into and what we speak out of our mouths is the reality that we are creating for ourselves. So being a part of this, there's so much more to it than just getting connected and just listening in. It really does, like you said, they tune in and then, whoa, holy cow, I'm actually getting some traction here. This is cool. There's a reason. There's a reason for that. So, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's awesome. That's awesome. These webinars are recorded. They are found on YouTube. If you just search Valentis Dream Builders Team, you'll see that we have an entire channel there dedicated to training and live presentations, etc. These webinars are every Sunday at 2:30. Except for on holidays, of course. And every Wednesday at 2:30, we have a live opportunity presentation. But if more people don't take advantage of the live opportunity presentations on Wednesdays, it's not something that I'm really probably going to continue. We can just use the recorded one, but I want to get a really, really good one down for the recording so that we can use that in the future. So using those live webinars is really important, or I'm not going to be able to continue using them. Right now, there's a lot of people tuning into the training. There's not a lot of people using the live presentations or the calls. But if you use those, it makes things a lot easier. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this business. You don't have to talk on the phone with somebody for hours. You just say, hey, I'm going to take you through a really two-step system, and when you use it and it's short and sweet, that person says, wow, I can do that. If you talk to that person for an hour on the phone, they say, wow, I could never do that. So keeping it short and sweet and saying, hey, I'm going to take you through a two-step system. First, I want to talk to you about you. Who are you? Where are you from? You got any kids? Get their why. Then say, okay, cool. The second part of this is I'm going to send this opportunity presentation to you, or I'm going to invite you to the live webinar. I want you to register for that, or I want you to watch it. And after that, I'm going to follow up with you again. And that's where follow-up is important, because you can't depend on the prospect to do it. You have to do it yourself. Sometimes people will get back to you and they'll say, hey, I watched it and that was really exciting and I want to get started. But most often you have to go and say, hey, I'm going to follow up with you. And then when you follow up with them, hey, what do you think of that? Sometimes they will not have watched it, and you have to send it to them again. But that's a very simple system. The live webinars and stuff like that does all the explaining for you. You don't have to explain. Well, if they say, oh, well, what is it? Well, we assist people in earning an additional income stream. Is that something that you want to do? Yes. Okay, cool. Let me show you how. If they say, well, can you tell me about it? Well, that's why we have a lot of the tools. I would never ask you to tell somebody every in and out of the business, because that's not duplicatable. This makes it really simple. If you can just quickly tune in to our quick video. Can you watch a video? Cool. You can learn about this business and see if it's something for you. And then after that, if they have any questions, you get on the phone with your upline support for third-party validation and for training to hear and learn exactly the things to say. And they see the methodology and the system behind this, and it becomes easy and logical for them and something that they can, reasonably accept as something that they can do. So that is really the step-by-step, getting them interested, getting them in the tour, following up, taking them to the webinar so they know what it's all about, answering questions. Are you ready to sign up? Yes, let's go. Pretty simple. So that's our methodology. That's what we've been using. Using this is a great way to get people into the funnel. It's a free method. We do have the co-op if you don't have a lot of time and you want to get people taking a look on autopilot through that. If you have any questions about that, get with me after. And that is pretty much it. So is there any other additional things that you wanted to share? Because I want to make sure this is power-packed and a lot of values added here. I can't
Just
hear
make sure everybody in the United States watches the Atlanta, Georgia Falcons tear up the Patriots. Just make sure everybody in Georgia watches the Atlanta Falcons destroy those Patriots tonight.
Okay.
Got to put a plug in from Georgia.
Awesome. Goodness gracious. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you for coming online with us. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing here. Thanks for being a part of the Valentis Dream Builders. We really care about you. We really care about your success, and we want to help you succeed. And our slogan for 2017 is, your results should be so big you can measure them. So go to measuretheresults.com to learn about what we're doing here when you're talking to your prospects. And when you're talking to people on your team, let them know that some people dream about success. Other people wake up and build it. And that is what the Valentis Dream Builders is all about. Having that dream and going and building it, taking action. So take action. Be a part of what we're doing here. I'm so encouraged and so happy and so proud of you for being involved with what we're doing here. That concludes today's call. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you